whatever, and Dusty Baker now is asking, he's being proactive and asking Major League Baseball not to punish the Astros, or asking Major League Baseball to rather put out a warning to other teams saying, hey, don't hit our players, don't pitch at them. Like, that retribution is probably coming from some teams, maybe not all of them, but there's some pitchers out there that got rocked, like in the playoffs, and it made it look bad, that are pissed off. Especially some of the named players, the really named players that were behind it. They're going to be looking for retribution. And Dusty Baker's saying, listen, Major League Baseball, you need to step in right now. Do you think baseball should say something? Do you think they should protect these guys? Or do you thinking, listen, why protect them and not everybody? Shouldn't the rule just be everyone's protected all the time? Like, what do you think Major League Baseball should step in there and say something before the season? Or they're saying, listen, it is what it is, but leave it up to the umpire?
I don't know. I think the problem that you have to look at, even if you have to choose a punishment that makes it to where no one will ever do it again. And I think right now, I think if you can get away with it, other teams would do it.
So you think that, for example, you think that maybe this year the pitchers should be allowed to maybe throw at some of the Astros players?
I don't think necessarily that. I think it has to be in the punishment of the Astros. That's the thing, is that the way the punishment is now is that, because put it this way, after everything came out with McGuire and Sosa and all that, look at the rules. After the third strike, you are permanently banned. You are not allowed coming back. First time, it's 30 games. Second game, it's 60
or something like that, or 60
whatever,
the first time. Yeah.
So the thing is, they changed all the rules to where, if you do that shit again, by your third time, you are getting booted. Like, you are never allowed playing again, right?
Like Steve, remember Steve Howe?
Yeah.
Back in the 80s for the Yankees?
Oh, dude, the dude from the Mets. He literally got it 3 separate times and got banned, never allowed back again. And that's the thing where it's like, I think as the rule where it stands now, that if you thought you had a way of doing it and not getting caught, I don't think the penalties are enough to prevent someone else from doing it. So they got to do something. If you're not going to wipe the record clean, or you're not going to change the rule, the same thing is going to happen again. That's the deal. And then you have the problem of, if other teams are suspecting other batters of doing it, they're going to start throwing at them, then someone's going to get hurt. And so that's the thing with guys throwing 100 miles an hour, man. I don't give a shit what you did. No one deserves to have their fucking a closed head injury. So they got to do something.
Well, I can tell you right now, I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of a Roldis Chapman.
Oh, hell no.
Who by the way, the Astros took advantage of with knowing what pitcher's coming.
Well, dude, I remember
because that guy throws 103 miles an hour, and I got to tell you, he can put a hurting on you if he wants to.
Think about it. Do you remember that series that, remember all the pitchers that were breaking ball and slider pitchers, they were getting shelled. It was so bad that they were looking at, the ball is shinier. There's conspiracy theories that baseball wanted a more competitive game, so they chose a ball that was shinier and harder to grip.
But baseball does have a history of messing around with the ball, though. So
but remember, though, before we knew any of this, it was so egregious, the drop-off between the Astros and what was it, the Dodgers at the time? Who were they playing? Dodgers, right? And it was so bad that it was like, that's where conspiracy theories are breaking out. So, and the thing is, now to find out after the fact that when no one knew anything, everyone thought MLB was the one doing it. Yeah. Now we found out after the fact that they. So
the fans didn't know. The other teams knew. They were like warning each other, like, "Hey, look out! Astros are stealing signs," which is confusing me because. Why wouldn't someone go to the commissioner then? Maybe they did, but why wouldn't someone bring this up?
Evidence, I think.
Well, but people knew though because they were teams were warning other teams that were playing the Astros. But
remember,
hey, look out, the Astros are stealing.
But remember,
signs.
Knowing and having evidence of it is two completely different things. Even in a police investigation.
But someone must have known something. Like they somehow.
But remember, knowing. You got to have evidence. So, I could sit there and have evidence against a company that was, let's say, dealing drugs. It could be a year and a half from now because they're going to watch them. They're going to collect evidence to convict, right? And the way the collective bargaining agreements work, you can't make an accusation unless you have evidence.
Well, you know what I